Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is the White Feather Tarot, and in today's reading we're doing why do they react the way they do when I talk about this. Now this could be any subject really, your dreams, a certain person, or any certain subject that they react differently to when you talk about it. This was suggested by one of the readers and I really loved the topic. So let's pick our three piles together. We have this picture for pile number 1. And we have, oh, this came out. This picture for pile number 2. And we have, oh, okay. We have this picture for pile number 3. Take a look at which of these three piles you're the most drawn to, and that's probably the pile for you here today. As usual, you'll find the timestamps down in the description box. Click on your times and I'll see you in your readings. Hi, pile number 1. So you've chosen this really interesting picture here. It seems like someone is blowing on a dandelion to make a wish. So this might pertain to a wish that you have. For some of you, this could be you talking about certain wishes or dreams or something that you're very passionate about. So it says refuse to eat emotional poison. Let's take a look at what it says on the other side. Taking things personally makes you prey for predators. They can hook your attention with one little opinion and feed you whatever poison they want. Refuse to eat poison. Now this is really interesting starting off, but for today's reading I'm going to have a cohesive reading, taking all the cards into consideration and seeing how they communicate with one another to see exactly why they react the way they do when you talk about this certain thing. Alright, so first let's pick out your tarot cards and let's take a look at why do they react the way they do with pile number 1 when they talk about this certain topic, please. Okay. So pile number 1, you have 9 of Pentacles. It pertains to a wish, like I told you. It pertains to something that you want to fulfill. It's the 9 of Pentacles. You have Justice. And you have the 6 of Cups. Really interesting. Alright. You also have the Ace of Pentacles. And you have the Queen of Cups. I think we have space for one more card here. I think it might actually be too small. Okay, so let's take out your Light Seer's Tarot for clarification. So why do they react the way they do when pile number 1 talks about this certain topics, please? Again, the Ace of Pentacles, the Moon, 2 of Pentacles, the World. So it seems like this wish is very important to you, pile number 1. And you go back and forth thinking, should you tell them about this? Should I not tell them about this? How would they react when I talk to them? Ooh, you have the Sun under Justice. And you have the 10 of Pentacles right under the 6 of Cups. So pile number 1, what I see here for you is that this person really believes that you're able to fulfill and achieve this wish that you come back and forth and talk about, I think they're a little bit threatened here. Not because they don't wish you the best. They're afraid that you might outgrow them, you might appear as better than them, because they certainly have a lot of faith that you can achieve this. You have the Nine of Pentacles and the World here. You seem to be very excited about this, whatever wish that you have, and it looks like you're very capable of making it happen. It seems like your wish is going to come true to them. And with the World card here, it seems to them like you have everything that you need to make this happen. They can hear your excitement and it scares them. There are many reasons, but one reason here is them having deep fear that they don't want to tell you about, of overgrowing, not needing them anymore, or being maybe better than they are. And there's worry here that you may outgrow the relationship and feel that you're much better, love yourself more maybe, because you have the Six of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. There's a lot of emotions here about, there's a lot of worry here about your connection. How will it affect the future of your connection? How will it affect the dynamics between both of you? Will you feel like you're higher than the world when you achieve this? Will it be the same? Or will you feel like you've outgrown this connection? Will you feel that you're much better? I think they are happy the way both of you are at the moment. They think everything's perfect. They think that both of you, there's a give and take relationship between both of you, and your passion and excitement about it is really scaring them even more, because it doesn't seem like this is a wish that you're just passionate about, and it seems like it's something that you're about to do that's going to really change the dynamic of the relationship here. On the other hand, I feel that you are a bit sad, because from your point of view, you are expecting them to cheer you on and encourage you to get better. You know you have a lot of potential, and you believe they should be cheering you and encouraging you rather than maybe reacting in a way that's cold sometimes, or it doesn't seem like they're taking it too well at all. So pile number one, I would really advise you to go ahead with your plans. Don't let anyone stand between you and what you want to do, because these are here worries that may not be true. Are you really going to feel better than the other person in this pile number one? If this is not the case, in any case, nothing should be stopping you from achieving what you wish, because no one really would stop what they wish for anyone. And here you're being advised to continue with your plans a little bit secretly. Secret is not the right word. Calmly is the right word. You don't have to talk about it too much, but at the same time, you do have to have a good conversation with this person, and maybe tell them that you would be happy if they were to cheer for you, and that they would never, if they ever succeed in life, whatever you achieve, if you ever succeed in life, you would never compare yourself to anyone, or them for that matter, and that you wish that both of you would cheer each other and grow. So consider having a kind conversation with this person. If you feel like they're just constantly against what you want to do, pile number one, of course be careful with your relationships, but at the same time, never stop your goals and aspirations and your love for yourself for anyone that just doesn't want to make you achieve what you want, for perhaps a little bit of insecure reasons that they may need to work on here, pile number 1. In fact, I do see here that they're quite confused themselves. They don't know what to think. Part of them wants to be fair and let you achieve what you want, and another part of them feels like they're scared. And they themselves don't know how to be fair and don't know what to do. So in this case, there definitely needs to be better communication between the both of you. There needs to be kindness from your side where you assure them what they mean to you, and understanding from their side that it's okay for you to pursue things knowing that you will never treat the relationship or the friendship in any different way. They react the way they do because they're afraid of change and what it could do to this connection between the both of you. You can see here in the Six of Cups, it's really depicted in a very interesting way. You see a big woman here laying on the grass, watching these little children playing around and reminiscing, or she has some feelings of nostalgia. And what I can see here is this person afraid of change, afraid that they're going to look back towards how beautiful the connection was and how it's not the same now due to all the success, and the fear of things being completely different. It's like they know it's just going to be different. But what I feel in your pile number 1, that it's really not going to be different. They really mean so much to you, and these fears are not coming from the right place. They're too afraid that this beautiful connection and the dynamics in this connection is going to be a picture in the past, and that's not going to be the same. And I think the more the both of you speak honestly about the future and how you plan to move along the future together, this way you create a more safe haven for both of you with the new plan coming in. This way you assure each other that you're there and you respect each other no matter what happens, and that things are only going to get better if both of you decide that this is the case. If both of you are invested into making sure this connection comes first, its importance comes first, then having any other plans along with it shouldn't really hurt it in any way. And that's what a strong bond is about. And so your advice here is to nurture this strong bond. Create a healthy bond where both of you are not threatened by anything really. Whenever a threat arises, it is time for both of you to sit down, talk about it, and assure each other, rather than keep these worries secret, like the moon here suggests, worrying about what the other person is going to say, like the Two of Pentacles here suggests, but rather uniting and facing things together rather than each on their own. Pile number 1. The Queen of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles here, which is the wish card that we talked about from the very beginning, really explains here to you in this specific pile how to handle things in a healthy way. You see the Nine of Pentacles here. She's holding the bird. She's allowing her to rest, but is not imprisoning her. She's allowing the bird to fly whenever it chooses to fly. And this is the kind of dynamics that really should exist, where both of you feel home with each other without holding each other's freedom. And that is only achieved, as you can see with the apple here, through powerful communication, a powerful connection, where whenever there is work when it comes to assuring each other, making both of your lives feel safe with each other, communicating openly and honestly, in order to harbor each other, the less any of you will feel the need to hold the other person's freedom. So build together the foundation of what feels safe in your connection, and from there start to grow into different trees, each achieving what they want but rooted next to each other. Pile number 1. Another interesting thing about the Nine of Pentacles here that I really love, you can see she has this connection with this bird, but at the same time she's balancing all these riches and fruits that she has, showing that no matter how large the responsibilities that she has to carry are, she is capable of creating a balance between harboring this connection, creating a connection here, keeping an eye on the connection, because it seems like it's the most important thing to her, but at the same time balancing the responsibilities and the wishes that she has on her mind. So keep an open mind here. I think in this specific connection, if you take in the time to talk openly, clearly, and honestly, where there is honesty and clarity, there is success, where both of you can branch out to do different things but feel safe in the family, or home-like emotions that you've created together. Pile number 1. In fact, if you watch this here with the Ace of Pentacles, you feel like this person's trying to hold this fern that's growing, and it has thorns, and it feels like this person is hurt by these thorns, or is worried about being hurt from these thorns. They're trying to hold it, to control it, but they feel like the more it grows, the more thorns it's growing. And this really shows that this person is very worried about your capabilities of actually achieving this dream that you're passionately talking about, depicting you here as the Queen of Wands. In fact, the Queen of Cups. In fact, the Queen of Cups here has octopus hair, showing that she's capable of doing many things at the same time, multi-skilled, and compassionate at the same time. So you're not out there trying to... The Queen of Cups is always a balanced person, has grown into balancing her emotions and being stable. So you're really looking at this the right way, while they're really they don't understand how you see this the right way. And you're being advised not to quit anything, refuse to eat emotional poison. And so here you're being advised to go along with your plans, achieve what you want, while growing your communication through growing your connection through healthier communication that is more transparent and open and honest, one that builds towards more a feeling of a home than anything else. Pile number 1. So pile number 1, that was your reading. If you've enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Don't forget to click on your notification bell, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye! Hi, pile number 2. So this is the picture that you chose here. It says express your love. On the other side, it says impeccability of the word can be measured by your level of self-love. If you love yourself, you will express that love in your interactions with others, and that action will produce a like reaction. So in this reading, we're going to have a coherent reading. We'll take a look at what your tarot cards, along with the oracle card that you chose, what they say together, in order to find out why they react the way you do when you talk about this certain topic. So pile number 2, you have the Emperor, and you have the Tower on the other side. Interesting. Okay. You also have pile number 2, the Page of Pentacles. What? A Page of Pentacles. Very interesting. All right. You have the King of Wands. Interesting King of Wands here. All right. And you have the Nine of Wands. Yeah, it's a nice depiction of the Nine of Wands here. Okay. It looks like someone has been hurt and tried again and again and is willing to continue trying, from the Nine of Wands that is depicted here. All right, now we're going to pull out your clarification cards, and again ask, why do they react the way they do when you talk about this pile number 2? Okay. So you have the Ace of Pentacles right under the King of Wands. You have the Four of Swords under the Page of Pentacles. You have the Ace of Swords under the Emperor. Ooh, you have Strength under the Tower. Now that's interesting. And you have the Seven of Cups under the Nine of Wands. Oh, let's pick one for this one as well. You have the Queen of Cups. For your pile number 2, I feel like this person has a lot of feelings towards you, or that you mean a lot to them. And it seems that this topic you're talking about here could be maybe a friendship with another person, or a new endeavor that you want to pursue, something that you really want to do, and this person feels a little bit threatened about. They are afraid that them being open-minded about letting you go ahead and be friends maybe with this other person, or this other group of people, or this work that you're going to, somehow threatens the stability of your connection. But part of them knows that it's not healthy to be asking you not to do what you want. And so they're going back and forth here between feeling insecure but showing you that they understand, but at other times they feel like they should be understanding within themselves, between themselves. They should be understanding and not feel the way they do. I mean, they don't like the way they do themselves, and they feel like they should be more open-minded and less controlling, because they feel guilty about the sort of control here coming from their reactions. So they're aware that they're not really giving the reaction that they should be, but at the same time it really threatens them one way or the other. They feel like it could be another potential hit in the heart, that it might hurt them. And at the moment they're going back and forth between thinking, shouldn't they just leave you pursue what you want, but what if they get burned, is the idea that they go back and forth with. It's not like they don't want to, it's not like they want to hold you down from doing anything. It's more of fear. And I'm not saying that what they're doing is right by any means, because no one should be controlling anyone from doing what they want. But I feel like maybe both of you here can definitely have a good talk together and plant each other's and plant the connection. Make sure that it feels safe for both of you. Make sure that there are a new system in place for this thing that you want to do. It seems more to me here for a lot of you that it has to do with a human connection. You being friends with someone else, or being friends with another type of people, perhaps traveling. There is something that is really threatening this person. They feel like they don't want to be controlling, and they want you to let you do and be, but at the same time they're afraid to be left alone and losing in the end, or losing you, feeling burnt by the situation that's happening, because from what they can see is that it's not going in a good direction from their point of view. Pile number 2. And pile number 2, just like they're going back and forth trying to adjust the way they think internally for you, you're also being advised, pile number 2, to have a talk with them and endure the process until you're able to build safety and hold this connection together. Of course, if you realize that it's becoming a little bit too toxic as you go along, then there's something wrong here. But other than that, it's normal that people fear change sometimes, and it's during these changing times that it's the time to have a conversation between you and the other person. Don't leave them guessing, wondering, facing this situation alone. You're being advised here to be courageous, open up, and listen to what they're worried about, and share your thoughts. Make a new system, or a new understanding of how both of you could deal with this new situation without threatening the connection from the other person's point of view. Pile number 2. So with express your love here, I see there needs to be a lot of loving communication that needs to happen. One that is based on caring for each other rather than defending one another. Defending yourselves is what I want to say. With the Page of Pentacles here, it seems like to me that they're open to talk, because a great part of them wants to do the right thing. And so since they are already starting off with themselves, it's really a good opportunity for you to open up and speak to them too about this change that is about to happen. The new connections, the new work, it's going to create some sort of freedom to you, and you're being advised to speak to this person because they're willing to listen. Explain that you're not going to be abandoning them ever, that they mean a lot to you, and you don't have the intentions of hurting them, that you have a lot of respect for them. That's the kind of conversation that you need to have with this person, pile number 2. They see you as very confident and committed about pursuing what it is that you want here, pursuing the friendships or pursuing this new job perhaps. You can see that in the 9 of Wands, she's very persistent about getting herself from this stuck situation, pushing the plan down in order to pass. You can even see thorns that have hurt her several times, and she's still persistent about the fact that she should leave this and go. And so that's the kind of emotion that they're feeling at the moment. They feel like they're losing you, like you're fighting to move away. And if this is not your intention, pile number 2, then you might want to assure this person, make them feel that this is not the case, it's misinterpreted here, that you are only doing other things that you enjoy. but that nothing else, because on the other hand, she's still holding that rose, holding on to that love or this beautiful connection, despite the challenges that it's creating for her at the moment. So her moving to do something has nothing to do with her commitment and love towards the flower, even though the thorns have cut her several times. And I can see here that there's a different point of view to you. You don't want to leave. You just want to enjoy other things while holding on dearly to what matters. So here, I believe there needs to be a strong communication between the both of you, openly and honestly. And remember that when you communicate honestly and well, it strengthens the relationship further on, and it strengthens the trust between the two of you, making the relationship feel easier in the future. When future challenges hit, you will feel less inclined, any of you will feel less inclined to control. That might not be something that you do, but here they're depicted as needing to control whether they're aware or not, just a little bit, because the more they feel safe, the more they won't have to hold on and try to make things work the way they think is safe. But at the same time, don't forget pile number 2 that I did show you here with the Page of Pentacles. There is an intention of the beginnings of creating more stability and trust. They want to let you free. You can see it with this beautiful angel-like person here, wearing these feathers. But at the same time, it's still a page. It's not a king. They want to transform and do things differently with you, but they are afraid. They're at the very beginning stages, and perhaps you can help them by making feel home and safe, and make them understand that it's just a new addition to your connection, because you'll be trusting each other more. You can explore and hang on to each other, and it's not about being selfish and hurting each other. Pile number 2. So pile number 2, that was your reading. I hope you've enjoyed it, and if you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Don't forget to click on your notification bell, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye! Hi, pile number 3. So this is the card that you've chosen. It says, release the need to be right. So on the other side, it says, when you believe something, you assume you are right. And you may even destroy relationships in order to defend your position. Let go of the need to defend your position. So what I see here with your person is that they have a problem with letting go of their ego. They're very attached to what they think, and it's really not about what you're talking about as much as it is about their ego and how they're going to display their power and importance in the situation. They try to appear like the good one, the angel, maybe trying to gaslight you just a little bit, but this is all just to prove how right they are, how wise they are. They're not able to listen to a different opinion, and they're more about proving to you that they are right. So that's the situation here, but I'm sure we're going to find out more about what this is as we take a look at your tarot cards. So one's already falling. So we want to ask, why do they react the way they do when you talk about this? Okay. I think we've shuffled this enough. Let's see what your cards are. So pile number 3, you have the Emperor again in the same place. How interesting. You have the Page of Pentacles again. Interesting. Okay. You have the Queen of Wands. And you have the Knight of Wands depicted in a really interesting way here. I like that. Okay. You also have the Six of Swords, which is again very interesting in this deck, the Six of Swords. We won't be able to fit anything here. So let's take a look at your clarification cards, which we're gonna do with the Light Seers. So why do they react the way they do when pile number 3 talks about this, please? So pile number 3, you have the King of Swords. What a power combo here. Knight of Wands and the King of Swords. And you can see the change in colors, the contrast in both cards. You have the Eight of Swords under the Queen of Wands. Can you see these with me? Okay, let me organize this. Okay, I think you can see these now. Okay, I'll shuffle from these. It seems like we are ready with our cards. You have the Two of Pentacles. You have the King of Pentacles. You have the Chariot. And the Hermit. And doesn't that, the Six of Swords here, doesn't it look like the Hermit in this card? Do you see? So interesting how it's depicted here. There must be a strong message in this pile. I think we need to look a bit deeper here. There's a couple of things going on in this connection. A couple of different things. The need to be right at all times. The need to control. And this is why you constantly see different type of messages from this person. I think there's also a little bit of a comparison problem where they might feel a little bit inferior to you in some areas or some ways. They might feel that you think you're better. There's a big ego problem going on here. And due to this comparison, they sometimes try to put you down, try to make fun of the things you say, or they try to manipulate what you're saying, put you down so that you feel like you can't do what you're talking about, that you're not worthy sometimes. There's a lot of backhanded compliments sometimes. That sort of energy, really rooting and stemming from the need to feel right all the time, the need to feel better at all times. And so with this type of energy, there needs to be, of course, a lot of healing. And because this person haven't really been healing in this area, they're not really aware that they have an ego problem. In fact, I think if you discuss it with them, they're going to accuse you of the same thing here. So I'm sorry about that, pile number 3. I do see here that you have the best of intentions towards them, but they constantly make you feel like you're on your own. They constantly make you feel like, yeah, you're being left alone here. Whenever you try to hold their words down or their intentions down, anchor what they're saying, trying to prove or say that something is wrong, there's a black cloud. They display toxicity of some sort. They gaslight you back. They try to show that the problem's with you. In fact, all of a sudden, I really feel like this island, it looks like a crocodile. And so there's an illusion here. even if you think you can pin them down, pile number 3, they can go to extreme measures that you would not believe. It would flabbergast you how much they can do and say just to prove that they're right, just to prove that they're better, their point of view is better. And it's not really about what you're talking about, which is the star here. It's all about them at the end of the day and what they need to heal, how they're going to win, how they're going to appear like the one who's wise. And in order to appear as the wise one, appear as the more knowing one, they only are able to do that by pushing you down. That's the only way they can feel that they're smart and wise. And this is why you get a lot of these backhanded compliments, cynical comments, criticism, changing their words, because as you can see, it's all about appearing right. Pile number 3. And I can see you, I can feel you, I'm sorry. I really do see how alone you feel here in this connection, especially with the conversation that you're having with this person right there. Pile number 3. I feel like you're always trying to extend the olive branch and move along peacefully, find solutions to create balance in this connection. But that's not the point with this person. They're not looking at it from the same way that you are. No matter how much you try to balance this out, this is your type of thinking. They're not thinking about balance at all. They're thinking about a whole other different world from where you are at, pile number 3. They're thinking about how important they're going to seem, how they're going to be the ones who advise you, how much better they are, how they're able to control you and make you do what they want, and so on. There's a lot of pride with this person, a lot of inflated ego, whether they realize it or not, or whether they mean it or not. But this is how it is at the end of the day. All they can think about is how you're gonna rise if they don't put you down. And that's the situation here, pile number 3. I'm very sorry about that. It's a very tricky situation, as I can see here with the Knight of Wands. I see you put a lot of effort into tiptoeing perhaps with this person, a lot of effort into making them feel special so that they don't feel any less. You have to put in a lot of effort into making sure they don't misunderstand anything so that they don't get hurt, which is a sweet gesture from you, pile number 3. There's nothing wrong with what you're doing here, but at the same time, this person still has to work on themselves. You can't be pacifying the problem for long, because the more you do that, the more this is going to be the norm and what is expected of you, and the more they're going to use this as a stable ground to hit you back. So be careful with that, pile number 3. Your advice here, pile number 3, is to water your own plants. Don't carry the burdens of this relationship or this connection on your shoulder too much, otherwise you're gonna burn out. You cannot accept their behavior for long. You need to communicate with them, and if they're really not willing to change the way they act with you, because there has to be reciprocation and respect, then your advice here is to plant your own flower. You need to take care of yourself. You see a girl here in the Page of Pentacles, slowly walking around her garden, perhaps holding her planter and flowering her flowers. And so you're being asked to take care of yourself, because you cannot psychologically really handle toxicity that goes on and on and on. There has to be some sort of boundaries that are set, clear boundaries. And if they make sure they don't respect it, then your advice here, pile number 3, is to move on. The Chariot here really represents walking away from this or moving on from the fire if this is not being handled in a healthy way. So pile number 3, that was your reading. And if you've enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Don't forget to click on your notification bell, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye!